Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the second annual Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Yeah, I'm back for a second year. It surprised me as well. I'll try to get it right one of these years. Listen, we are coming to you in living color, virtual reality, and previously recorded. You know what? That actually makes sense. Now, we have a terrific program tonight. This evening, we honor the 2020 inductees. They are wonderful examples of sports excellence and have brought pride to this community and given back. We also have some extras for you. Olympic gold medalist and 2019 inductee Dominique Dawes joins us. She has a special message for inductees, our community, and young athletes. And also coming up, Montgomery County Public Schools coping with COVID in sports. We'll talk to students, a coach, and the people in charge of protecting the athletes. And because of COVID, have you noticed there just aren't many fans in the stands at pro and college sports? To provide a more real experience, many games are broadcast with recorded fan noise to put us all in the moment. In fact, I broadcast some of them. Well, we think that our inductees, they deserve applause tonight, real or not. So with your approval, we'll give them a well-deserved piped-in applause, shall we say. Go ahead, give a listen. What do you think? Thank you, and we thought you would agree with that. That piped-in applause still warms us. You know what? As we get this special evening going for the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, who better but to bring up the chair of the board of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, my good friend, Trish Hufflefinger. Trish?
Thanks, Dave. It's great to have you back with us again this year. The Sports Hall of Fame was created 2 years ago to honor the men and women who, through sports, have brought honor and pride to our county. Tonight, our 6 honorees exemplify the passion, determination, and hard work that are the hallmarks of achievement in sports. But our vision and purpose go beyond awards to people who have achieved. We want to help those who are striving to achieve. We want to make sure that every person who wants to participate in sports or has a dream to one day be in the Hall of Fame is able to, regardless of ability or means. Our goal is to raise funds to bring opportunities to sports to underserved populations of the county. Everyone should have access to sports, regardless of race, age, disability, ethnic group, or economic status. Last year's in-person event was free. We feel it's important to include as many people as we can. Of course, this year's event is also free. We are able to do that because of the help of our partners and supporters, but that will not bring the kinds of dollars we need to build our programs. So we ask you to please donate. Thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate Montgomery County's history and work towards its future. Our vision is to build a better community through sports, and together we can make that vision a reality. Dave, I'll pass it back to you to announce our first inductee.
All right, thanks, Trish. It is indeed my honor to introduce the first inductee this year to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. And in fact, if this man were playing baseball today where the COVID pandemic has cutouts rather than fans in the seats, where there are no cheers, no vendors yelling beer here, the silence might not affect him as it does other players. You see, he always played in silence. Curtis Frye was barely a toddler when diagnosed with severe hearing impairment. His parents moved from D.C. to Silver Spring to take advantage of Montgomery County Public Schools' hearing program for infants. He was mainstream from 7th grade on, graduating from Kennedy High School in 1986 with a 3.6 GPA. He left behind school records in baseball, basketball, and soccer, and was among the best young soccer players in the world. His parents worked out a unique deal. He played point guard for the College of William & Mary on a full scholarship and played part-time for the Mets organization. In 1993, he broke into the majors with the Montreal Expos, the former Nationals franchise. Here's more about Curtis Frye.
deaf players who play in the major leagues some 50 years.
You can call him the pride of the Yankees.
He's on the track. He's out the wall. See ya! A home run for Curtis Frye.
50,000 fans cheered for a curtain call. Curtis Frye could not hear.
Incredible. That gave me goosebumps.
Curtis Frye, an amazing person to help us start an amazing night. And you know, when I was at the Naval Academy broadcasting basketball, I broadcast some of the Navy games against William and Mary, and usually Curtis Frye and William and Mary came out the winners in those contests. And so it is with great pride and pleasure that I welcome Curtis Frye to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Curtis.
Thank you, Dave. Well, thank you, first of all. Now, I would like to thank the selection committee for this special award. I'm extremely honored to be inducted into Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame this year. My success would not have been possible without the strong support and encouragement from not only my parents and friends, but also from my 3 high school coaches, Jeff Schultz, Dennis Brown, and Ken Ripperton. It certainly has been an incredible journey. You know, from growing up in Montgomery County, competing against some of the best athletes in different sports throughout my childhood and high school, graduating from the College of William and Mary to accomplishing my dream of playing baseball in the major leagues. And one important message that I learned from my parents growing up was that no one can ever tell me what I can or cannot do because of my deafness. They taught me to believe in myself, that I had the ability to do whatever I wanted to do if I set my mind to it and work hard. And thank you again for this special award.
Oh, indeed, special Curtis Frye. And once again, Curtis Frye, welcome to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Amy Wood was at the helm of one of the most successful high school programs in the area for 19 years, and she is our next inductee. A graduate of the University of Connecticut, where she played field hockey, Wood took over as the head coach of the Bethesda Chevy Chase team in 1993. A year later, Wood led the Barons to the first of 9 state championships. That was a national record at the time and still is the record in Maryland. In her 19 years, she led BCC to 16 state tournament appearances and was twice named All-Met Coach of the Year. She posted a 277-44-9 all-time record. Here is more on Amy Wood. Indeed, Amy, it is my great honor to welcome you in to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame.
Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate it. It's such a special honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. When Trish called me and notified me, I would tell you, I wasn't only utterly surprised, but I was truly humbled. When I started coaching, I only wanted to make a difference in young women's lives on and off the field. And I laugh at what started as a one-year stopgap for BCC to find a new coach, ended in almost 20 years of a coach's dream. Our team motto was, I believe in me, I believe in you, and I believe in us. Me, have self-confidence in yourself. You, trust in each other. And us, team above all else. Those were the intangibles that allowed me to be so successful. Add that with unbelievable talent, and we were successful beyond measure. Again, I have to go back to my players. I trusted them to have the self-confidence in themselves to build the team on the field to make all of this possible year in and year out. So again, I want to thank the committee for such a wonderful honor. I am humbled by it all. Thank you.
Oh, indeed, that was special. This is what this night is all about at the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, and this is a night about celebrating dreams. He's the Mountaineer who moved to Maryland, a three-sport athlete at West Virginia University and a member of the West Virginia University Hall of Fame. But it was here in Maryland that the late Roy Lester endured as a legendary football coach. He coached twice at the University of Maryland, first as an assistant and later as the head coach. It was at high schools where Roy Lester excelled. In 1968 at Richard Montgomery, he boosted the Rockets to a number 3 in the country. They posted 6 undefeated seasons in 9 years. When Coach Lester returned to Montgomery County from the University of Maryland, he resumed his high school coaching career at Paint Branch. There he led the Panthers to a Class B state title in 1975 and led Magruder to a Class B state title in 1984, then Class A title 2 years later. He died this past spring due to complications with the coronavirus. He was 96. Here's a tribute to Roy Lester. An amazing life, an amazing career, Roy Lester, and now a member of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. And here to accept the award on behalf of Roy Lester, the son of Roy Lester, Tom Lester. Tom, my heartfelt congratulations.
Thanks, Dave. My name is Tom Lester, and I'm accepting this great honor from the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame on behalf of my father, Roy Lester, and also on behalf of my brothers, Roy Lester Jr., Chris Lester, and my sister, Amy Lester. I would like to congratulate the other Hall of Fame honorees, Johnny Holliday, Amy Wood, Curtis Pride, Jeri Ingram, and Tom Brown, and all of their families of the newest inductees. My father passed away on May 3rd, but he had a spectacular run. And if not for a bad fall last October, I truly believe that he would be here today. He was a stellar gentleman, an outstanding football coach, and a true molder of men. Of course, he couldn't have had the great success that he did without a great many excellent assistant coaches, and he was also blessed with young men he could mold into solid football players, and even more importantly, into upstanding members of the community. My brothers, sister, and I are so incredibly honored to have our father inducted into the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, where we all grew up in Montgomery County. And even though our father would have taken it in stride, we will never forget this honor. My father had an easygoing country boy sense of pride and an incredible sense of humor. And because of those qualities, all of his players became friends for life, and he had some really great ones. So just in closing, once again, congratulations to the other Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame inductees, and for my brothers, sisters, and all the children and grandchildren of Elwood Roy Lester, God bless you, and thanks so much to the committee in Montgomery County. Thanks so much.
Tom, thank you very much. And again, congratulations. It's such a wonderful thing that we can honor Roy Lester as a member of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
You know, County Executive Mark Elrich has been a big supporter of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, and we certainly thank him for that. And we appreciate his understanding of our message as we build a better community through sports.
Good evening, everybody. I wanted to thank you for attending the second annual Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I was honored to be at the inaugural ceremony last year, where we were all able to celebrate together. I was a school teacher in Montgomery County for 17 years before entering politics, which some say is really just a blood sport. As a father and a grandfather, I've seen firsthand the many benefits that sports can provide. I know the importance of sports to our kids in the county and to our way of life. COVID has changed all that for the moment. We have found how tough it has been these last few months for our kids not to be able to play sports in school, in our many Montgomery County recreation leagues, or just in the neighborhood. Here in Montgomery County, we are committed to providing opportunities for all kids to play sports and learn the many life lessons that sports provide, like teamwork, sportsmanship, and fair play. We have reopened many of our facilities and resumed many activities, the ones that our health experts say can operate with minimal risk to participants and staff. We listen to science and hope that soon there will be a vaccine, because COVID just won't disappear on its own. In the meantime, we will continue to do all we can to continue to make sports activities available. I thank you for having me here tonight to celebrate with our honored inductees and with you, the many sports fans of Montgomery County. One more thing, vote. Vote early and vote correctly. Stay healthy and please stay safe.
Dominique Dawes has an Olympic gold medal as one of the Magnificent Seven team members at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. With that, she became the first Black of any gender or nationality to win gold in gymnastics. You know, she's also won silver and bronze individual medals, becoming the first African-American woman to win an individual Olympic medal in artistic gymnastics. She, of course, is also a Silver Spring native and resident and member of the inaugural class, the 2019 Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. We are so pleased to have her to give a special message to the community, the 2020 class, and young athletes. Miss Dominique Dawes.
Yeah, I'm 43 and I'm still flipping. That was pretty painful though. But congratulations to the 2020 Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame inductees. I am so proud of each and every one of you all. I'm Dominique Dawes, Olympic gold medalist and 3-time Olympian. I'm here at the home of my gymnastics gym and Ninja Academy here in Clarksburg, Maryland. And I couldn't be so thrilled to give each and every one of you all an air high five for your amazing achievements in the world of sports. Either as an athlete, a coach, or a broadcaster, you have truly touched the lives of so many people in Montgomery County as well as in the state of Maryland. Now, I know a few of you all personally, so I do want to give a personal shout out to you guys. Johnny Holliday, fellow Terp, Jeri Ingram, fellow Terp, thank you both for the impact that you've made in the world of sports. I just recently saw Jeri at my gymnastics gym. Her daughter Brianna was going here. Where is she, Jeri? Bring her back. I want to put a smile on her face and make a positive difference in the lives of herself and her teammates. Johnny, always good to see you as a fellow Terp. Your voice is iconic. I believe you also might have broadcast one of my Olympic games, and so that's pretty cool to look back at that. And when I opened my gym, you were one of the first people to give me a call and tell me such touching stories, and I want to say thank you for that, because opening a business during a global pandemic, maybe not advised, but it's been an amazing experience. And then last but not least, another person that I know personally, Curtis Frye. Curtis, when I told my husband that you were being inducted into the 2020 class, he wondered why you were not in the inaugural class, because my husband, who loves sports, all sports, and watched them all, I spent my whole childhood in the gymnastics gym, so I didn't watch sports very much. He told me, and I believe him, that you were one of the greatest athletes to come out of Montgomery County in the state of Maryland. So kudos to you and congratulations. And it was amazing to serve with you as the co-chair of the President's Council on Fitness, Sports, and Nutrition during Obama's administration. You were an amazing role model then, and I know you continue to be an amazing role model today as a coach at Gallaudet University. To all the other inductees, thank you for what you've done in the world of sports on and off the field. Now, how do each of us define success? The Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame wants us to do that as athletes, as coaches, as broadcasters. How are we defining success? I'll tell you how I define success. It's not about standing on top of a podium. It's not about having an Olympic gold medal draped around my neck. And it's not about making history. It's truly about touching the lives of every single young person that comes through my doors. Young girl, young boy, it doesn't matter. Each kid matters. When you have an opportunity to come to my Gymnastics and Ninja Academy, you're gonna know right away that we have a passion for working with kids and we truly care. And when kids walk in with a smile on their face and they walk out sweating with a smile on their face, I know that my staff as well as myself have done a lasting job in their lives. We have the ability to plant positive seeds in the lives of every young kid that we have an opportunity to stand in front of. Let's embrace that opportunity and recognize that we can shape someone's future by touching them in a positive way today. That's how I define success. Smiles on young kids' faces, planting those positive seeds, encouraging words, and trying my best to be a role model. Trust me, I am not perfect by any means. However, I do have a good heart and I want to make a difference in the life of every young kid that I have the opportunity to either coach or speak to or stand in front of. How do you define success? Are you speaking up for those that are voiceless? Are you trying to enforce change in this world in a loving way, in a caring and loving way? I encourage you all to do that. You guys have the muscle from your years as being an athlete or a coach or a broadcaster to make a difference in someone else's life. Continue to use those skills, your talents, your time, and your treasures towards doing something that's good in this world and encouraging those to learn to love one another. Well, I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to give you some words of encouragement. You all are already champions on and off the field. Just continue to do that today. Take care.
Thank you, Dominique, for that message. And also congratulations on your induction last year to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. You know, we are fortunate to have council members who are very involved in the community, and we thank them for their support that they have certainly given us. Now, unlike last year, which was attended by many members of the council, this, of course, is a virtual and pre-recorded event, and we thank them for sending the message in honor of the occasion.
Hello, I'm Sidney Katz, President of the County Council. A year ago, we all were able to meet together to celebrate the hall at its first induction class. It's not the same as celebrating in person, but we are quite pleased to be a part of this virtual ceremony.
We want to congratulate and welcome all the new members of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, as well as their families, their friends, and all of the others who are watching tonight.
The members of this class have not only found success in their given sports activities, but have also set examples of how to use their success to give back to the community. Further reason to make Montgomery County and all of our residents proud.
Like all of us, these inductees have had challenges to overcome, even with the natural abilities they all possess. Some have had to battle roadblocks ranging from physical disability to discrimination. It takes hard work and courage.
So we would also like to thank the Hall and Board Chair, Trish Hufflefinger, for their recent statement in support of justice, equality, and the Black Lives Matter movement, which is very much in line with their values and the county's values.
In the future, with your help raising the funds, the Hall of Fame will provide programs and scholarship to bring along those Hall of Famers who might need a little help in achieving their full potential, adding to the supportive programs we already provide here in Montgomery County and are proud to do.
One of the challenges we have all had to overcome is the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic. This virtual celebration is an example of how we have all improvised and created new ways to accomplish tasks that once seemed so simple.
We see the world of sports coming up with ways in which it can protect its players and its staff, and hopefully soon in the future, its fans as well. And of course, we hope that those kinds of changes will trickle down to our local sports programs and athletes as well.
In the meantime, what live sports we do have is such a welcome reminder of the full lives that we have lived and will live again. So congratulations to the inductees and thank you to the Hall of Fame for your vision and your work. And don't forget to rock the vote.
Thank you. And now let me introduce our next new member of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Do what you love. Yeah, it's the advice many of us get. And Jeri Ingram has worked hard and fought hard to do just that. What she loves, play tennis. And you know what? She's darn good at it. Jeri Ingram never lost a match in her 4 years at Springbrook High School. That's a record of 116-0, and it's a record that still stands. She did not stop there. As a freshman at Maryland, she went undefeated in the ACC as she led the Terps to the conference title, picking up MVP and all ACC honors along the way. She spent 8 years on the women's professional circuit before turning to coaching and business. She is the founder and executive director of the Metropolitan Tennis and Education Group. Here's more on a woman who really swings. Here she is, Jeri Ingram, the woman who really knows how to swing a racket. And you know what, Jeri? We have something else to add to your expansive trophy collection, a statue and a welcome to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Jeri, congratulations.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am truly honored to be a part of this illustrious group of athletes selected into the Hall of Fame. Montgomery County has always been one of the best parts of my life. I would like to thank everyone who has helped me along my journey. And I'd like to begin with Coach Woods, my White Oak Middle School tennis coach. Go Wildcats. Coach Downs, my Springbrook High School tennis coach. Go Blue Devils. And Coach Geltz, my University of Maryland tennis coach. Yes, Terps. While I was on my pathway to becoming a professional tennis player, these coaches kept my head in the game and developed my character in my current community, which was invaluable. I also want to thank the Springbrook High School educators who supported me at the school while I was winning my 106-0 record and my tennis schedule outside of school when I needed to be on the road. I want to thank my tennis coaches who coached me to and on the WTA tour. Jeff Klein, Bob Pass, Gene Russo, Mike Hogue, and Willis Thomas. Most importantly, my family. I thank them for their support, the sacrifices, the hours, the love, all of it. I thank my father who put the racket in my hand and was there when I hit my last professional tennis ball. May he rest in peace. Lastly, I would like to leave the youth in tennis and all sports with two quotes. Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often most important than the outcome. Author Ash. Be better than you were yesterday and always keep your eye on the ball. Jeri Ingram. Thank you, Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jeri. And, indeed, a very small world. Jeri went from kindergarten through high school with the son of our next inductee, calling all football, baseball fans, Packers, Washington Senators, Washington football team, all are welcome as we introduce our next honoree. Tom Brown was one good athlete. The Blair High School grad excelled in baseball and football, and he did the same at the University of Maryland. When it came to the pros, Brown played one season with the Washington Senators and then went on to play for the Green Bay Packers during the Lombardi time when collecting NFL championships was almost a yearly accomplishment. Take a look.
In the end zone by Tom Brown, and the Packers have just taken the championship.
Three championship rings that I have. In the modern era of football, there's only one team to win 3 consecutive world championships, and that's what we did, 65, 66, and 67.
Tom Brown is unable to be with us tonight, but we are pleased to present this statue to his son, Brad Brown, the former classmate of Jeri Ingram. Brad, our heartfelt congratulations and welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Dave, thanks very much. On behalf of my father and entire family, we want to thank the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame for such a prestigious award. Growing up, my father shared a lot of memories with me in his time growing up in the Silver Spring area, playing for Montgomery Blair High School and Bullis Prep. In fact, he seemed to talk more about those memories than he did when he was a professional athlete. So that just shows you the great community of Montgomery County and their sports teams. And certainly we would like to thank all the others, or congratulate all the others who are being inducted in this year's Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. So again, we thank you all very much for such a prestigious award.
Thank you, Brad Brown, classmate of Jeri Ingram, and congratulations to Tom Brown. What a career and what a passion and love for Montgomery County.
Thank you.
There is not a person or institution in this country that has not been affected by the COVID pandemic. That includes our schools, teachers, staff, and of course, students. How do you handle school sports with no personal contact, no games, no matches, no track meets? What have the Montgomery County Public Schools done, and what will they be doing? For some answers, I'm going to call on a very good friend of mine, Joe Yasseroff of Montgomery Community Media and a Hall of Fame board member. He has several guests. Joe, help us out here.
Thank you, Dave. In short, sports in the Montgomery County school system have gone virtual, while at the same time planning to return to in-person activity and eventually competition. As of Friday, the fall virtual sports session ended for MCPS. On October 26th, the winter virtual session begins. Joining me now are Dr. Jeffrey Sullivan, the Director of Athletics for the entire MCPS system. Desalyn Dillard is the Assistant Cross Country and Indoor and Outdoor Track and Field Coach at Paint Branch High School. Shankar Haridas is a senior at Poolsville, where he runs cross country and plays tennis. And Mercedes Alvarado, who's a senior member of the Wheaton girls soccer team. Dr. Sullivan, I wanted to start with you. What does virtual athletics entail and how has it been going so far?
Well, Joe, I'd like to thank you and the rest of the Hall of Fame for having us and representing Montgomery County Public Schools athletics. Virtual athletics, we've rolled out for the first time ever in Montgomery County, across the state and across the country. And so what it looks like, think of 4 major areas: system-wide opportunities for engagement with speakers and educational opportunities. The second being sports specific, So each of our sports has had a design team that has designed sport-specific experiences. And you'll hear from some of our students and Coach Dillard a little bit later about that experience. The third being school-specific and school-based activities. So each school can provide some opportunities at their school. And the fourth being team-specific. We wanted to allow each coach to have the opportunity to provide an experience for each of their student athletes. So those are the four basic areas of virtual athletics that provide a 5-week season across the fall, winter, and spring sports.
What sports will be included in the upcoming virtual winter season, and any idea when the in-person activities will begin?
So the winter season will feature boys and girls basketball, indoor track, swimming and diving, wrestling, and bocce. And in-person activities, we hope to return soon. They will return in alignment with health metrics here in Montgomery County, as well as our school system operations and returning students to our school buildings.
Thank you, Doctor. Coach Dillard, wanted to bring you in. What kind of challenge has virtual presented for you?
The virtual season has essentially turned me from a veteran coach into a first-year coach. As it is with everyone, we are like chartering just in unprecedented times. So we have, as a coaching staff, we had to be creative and, developing engaging activities for our athletes, helping out some of our more seasoned coaches who aren't as savvy with technology.
You touched on it in your answer, but what are some of the activities you and other coaches have created?
Virtual relay races. So where, an athlete, will log a certain amount of miles on a track, and then you combine it together to kind of see how far everyone goes. We'll do other team bonding activities like movie night, race analysis, and things of that nature, scavenger hunts. We've utilized social media and like TikTok challenges. So the coaches have all done very well with putting together, a meaningful experience for the athletes.
Great, thank you. And I wanted to bring in Shankar. How are you doing, first of all? I know you run cross country and play tennis. I assume that tennis will be next semester. And how has the cross country been going?
It's been good. It's been definitely harder than practicing in a team, because even though cross country can seem like a very individual sport, that collaborative environment is very important to pushing each other and improving at a better rate.
Do you feel like you're doing as well training on your own versus training with teammates?
No, definitely not. I think I would much rather be practicing with my teammates and with my friends at school, but working on your own just takes a little more self-motivation, and you have to push yourself a little bit harder to get the same results.
All right, let's bring in Mercedes. Thanks for being with us. Let's start with, what is Kahoot?
Kahoot is a guessing game that you can find online. It has you can create your own version of the Kahoot, or you can look it up because there's so many variety of topics that you can choose from.
How about training? How has that been going? And are you looking forward to in-person activity?
Training's been good. It's been going well. I just miss hanging out with my other teammates, but you just it's been well. I'm definitely looking forward to going to in-person activities.
Thank you, everyone. Joining me now is athletic trainer Katie Brodk. She works for MedStar Sports Health Medicine and is a consultant at 8 MCPS schools. Thank you for joining us, Katie. What are the challenges of virtual athletics for the schools and for the students?
The challenges are certainly just ensuring that the engagement between the students and the coaches, with the kids being active at home, they have the opportunity to still get physicals and ensure that they are healthy going into those seasons. Even though they're not on site and doing activities in person, we still want to make sure that those student athletes are staying healthy and safe while working out at home.
And what about when they come back to school?
What we're trying to do is ensure that environment is stable and that and and safe for them to come back to, with protocols that are clear and concise in place, ensuring everyone's health and safety upon return. We'd be looking at screening in different types of ways to ensure that the students are have done their physicals, that they are honest and open in regards to the symptoms or environments that they have been in contact with, to make sure that everybody is in a safe place when they come back.
What can parents and students do to help make this work?
I think the biggest thing they can do is be advocates for their children and be advocates for themselves as the student athletes. And that just means being open and honest in regards, again, to the people that they've been in contact with and the environments that they have been in contact with, in regards to the symptoms that they may be experiencing, as well as pre-existing health conditions that they've had, because that certainly puts them at a greater risk. And that's where ensuring that the kids have the physicals done in order to participate, and that they fill out the pledge waivers that we're looking for them to take part in as well. The biggest thing is that they communicate with their parents, they communicate with their coaches, and that the parents are able to understand and ask the right questions in regards to the protocols that will be in place to protect their children.
Katie, Brodk, thank you very much. And now back to Dave Johnson.
You know, simply put, Johnny Holliday is one of the best to ever get behind a microphone. An amazing broadcaster. And of course, for the last 41 years, we know him as the voice of the Maryland Terps. He had a long career, though, prior to moving to the area in 1969, and has a parallel career doing many things, including community work. He is our sixth and final inductee tonight. Johnny started as a DJ, literally moving coast to coast and north to south. While in San Francisco, he was named the best disc jockey in the United States. But there are many who would say it's more notable co-hosting the Beatles performance at Candlestick Park for what turned out to be their last concert ever. He came to DC to work at WWDC and WMAL radio. In our area alone, he has worked with the Washington football team, the Washington Wizards, the Nationals, the Naval Academy, George Washington, and of course, the University of Maryland. He has covered the Olympics, the Masters, and boxing. Among his many honors, at one point, the Maryland Daily Record named him as one of the 60 most influential Marylanders. It's been a rewarding career.
Johnny Holliday, the Baron of the Bay.
Now those were the good old days.
You better fear the turtle.
3 seconds, he's across midcourt. 2 seconds, 1 second, throws it off.
He got it, and the Terps win on the shot by Nicholas at the buzzer.
Across midcourt, line over the 40, to the 35, to the 30, still on his feet and down to the 25-yard line. Dixon fires it up to the top of the Georgia Dome roof, and the kids have done it. Maryland wins their first ever national championship.
That's got to be a great thrill to start an all-star game.
It's a tremendous honor.
Something else. And indeed, for me, it is a very special honor to welcome to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, Johnny Holliday. He is a wonderful friend to me, a truly amazing broadcaster, and you know what? Just an all-around good guy. Johnny, congratulations. You so deserve this, and welcome to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame.
Dave, thank you very, very, wow, this thing is heavy. Thank you very much. To be introduced by you is, believe me, it's an honor. And to be in the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame is something I had never, ever thought about. To be in the second class, along with Tom Brown and Coach Lester and Curtis Pride and Jeri Ingram, Amy Wood, is, I can't even put into words what it means to me to be among these great athletes and coaches in the Hall of Fame. There are certainly more people well-deserving than I to be in this Hall of Fame, in the second class ever. But for the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, what they have done for this area, I can't say enough good things about them, to making sure that they do things, the young people playing sports, the student athletes do things the right way and supporting all sorts of sports in Montgomery County. And what a thrill it is to be in the best county in Maryland, in Montgomery County, a place that I've lived in the same house for 51 years when I came here, as Dave mentioned, in 1969. I am humbled. I am honored. I've had a lot of honors and recognition over the past 60 some odd years in broadcasting. But let me tell you something right now. This means an awful lot to me personally and to my family and to my friends. Thank you very, very much. And Dave, nobody does it better than Dave Johnson. Thank you, buddy.
What's your favorite part about Montgomery County? You've had 51 years to think about your answer to this question. You said Montgomery County is the greatest county in the state of Maryland. So why, Mr. Holliday?
I think it's the people, Dave. I think it's the people of Montgomery County, that anywhere you go, up county, down county, it's accessible to everything. There's great schools and great student athletes that come out of these schools and great coaches. And when I came here in 1969, when Tom Brown was playing, for example, with the Green Bay Packers and starting at first base for the Senators back in 61, I'd heard about him and I knew about him. And then I met Curtis Pride for the first time at a gas station. He was filling up his tank with gas and we had a little quiet conversation with Kurt. I'm thinking to myself, is this the Curtis Pride that went to Kennedy? Yeah. And that's the kind of people they produce in this county, like Curtis Pride and Tom Brown and Amy and Jeri and Coach Lester. And it's just the people, I think, that have made this county, in my estimation, my opinion, the best county in the state to live in.
And you're one of the people of Montgomery County. Johnny, again, congratulations. And it means so much to me to share this moment with you.
Thank you. And same here, Dave. I'll see you at the Kensington Post Office, okay?
That's where, yeah, and then you pick up the coffee tab.
Exactly. Thank you, my friend. God bless you.
That is Johnny Holliday, our sixth and final inductee into the class of 2020, the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. That just about does it for our very special evening tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again to all our financial supporters who made this event possible. Simply put, we need all the support we can to begin our effort to build our community through sports. And thanks again to County Executive Mark Elridge and all of the council members who continue to lend their support to the Hall. Our gratitude to Dominique Dawes, she was terrific, and the Montgomery County Public Schools for their help on our segment about COVID. And a very special thanks to Montgomery Community Media for their production assistance in tonight's program, as well as all of our board members who are certainly behind it. And finally, we would like to offer one more very deserving congratulations to our 2020 class of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame, Curtis Pride, Amy Wood, Tom Brown, Roy Lester, Jeri Ingram, and Johnny Holliday. Welcome to the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Good night.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
We have one very special award, and it's for you. And we
for me.
have an award for Dave Johnson, our very special MC, our first MC. It says he speaks with compassion and humor.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for all you've done for us these last 2 years.
Well, thank you. And it was my honor to be a part of your first ever Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. And it, no matter what is going on in the world, it just continues to go from strength to strength. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I thank all of you for your support of the Montgomery County Sports Hall of Fame. Truly a special evening.